Friends, so today we are going to discuss the topic on compass surveying. This is a chapter, compass surveying chapter, and we are going to see the numerical examples on whole circle bearing. So this is for the subject for first year first sem students, and my name is T. Rashekar, working as a lecturer in civil engineering, SRS Government Polytechnic, Sicily. Objectives: on completion of this topic, you would be able to convert one system of bearing into other system, that is whole circle bearing to quadrantal bearing. It is also called reduced bearing, and that is from whole circle bearing to reduced bearing. So once we recap, in the previous class we have learned the following, that is what is whole circle bearing, and the angle measured from north pole in clockwise direction if the survey line is in first quadrant. Therefore, quadrantal bearing is equal to whole circle bearing. And if the survey line is in the second quadrant, quadrantal bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus whole circle bearing. If the survey line is in third quadrant, quadrantal bearing is equal to whole circle bearing minus 180 degrees. Suppose if the survey line is in fourth quadrant, that is quadrantal bearing is equal to 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing. So these are the principles to convert the bearings. So what is quadrantal bearing of 75 degrees? Suppose. So it is in the first quadrant, quadrantal bearing is equal to whole circle bearing. So this is the fundamental where we have to see. So we have to follow these: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, whatever the formulas are produced here. So let us start the problems in whole circle bearing. Convert the following whole circle bearings into quadrantal bearings. Now we are converting the whole circle bearings into quadrantal bearings. So the first one is 78 degrees 20 minutes, 130 degrees 30 minutes, 280 degrees 30 minutes, 232 degrees 30 minutes. So for this, so let us see here the quadrantal bearing. Here it is in the 78 degrees 20 minutes. So it is in the first quadrant, that we have to remember. Okay. So if it is in the first quadrant, 78 degrees 20 minutes, it is in the first quadrant, then our condition is whole circle bearing is equal to quadrantal bearing. So that we have to write 78 degrees 20 minutes is equal to, what is the direction here? North and east. So it is in between the north and east. So that's why we have to write north 78 degrees 20 minutes east. So this is the answer. Okay. And next another one given, that is 130 degrees 30 minutes. So it is in which quadrant? It is in the second quadrant. So let us see. The 130 degrees 30 minutes is in second quadrant. Okay. So as per the condition, so quadrantal bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus whole circle bearing. So why we are saying here the 180 degrees? As per the principle of formula, so it is in the second quadrant. So we are doing the 180 degrees minus whole circle bearing. So quadrantal bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus this 130 degrees 30 minutes. It is again in which quadrant? South and east. We should not say east and south. We should follow the directions, that is south 49 degrees 30 minutes east. This you will get the answer if you do minus from the 180 degrees 30 minutes next one. And the next one is, it is in the which quadrant? It is in the fourth quadrant, 280 degrees 30 minutes. It is in the fourth quadrant. So that means, so here you observe it is in the fourth quadrant. The quadrantal bearing is equal to 360 degrees. Now we have to take the 360 degrees. Why we are taking 360 degrees? Obviously it is nearer to the 360 degrees value, and as per the formula, 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing is equal to 280 degrees 30 minutes. Okay, then we will get north 79 degrees 30 minutes west. So why we are saying again north and west? So it is in between north and west. So in this way we have to calculate these whole circle bearings and quadrantal bearings. And next one you see here, the third quadrant. So it is in 232 degrees 30 minutes. It is in the third quadrant. So by seeing the numbers, the degrees and minutes values, we have to observe the first thing is it is in which quadrant. Now as per the formula, quadrantal bearing is equal to whole circle bearing minus 180 degrees. Now we have to do, because in thinking more than 180 degrees it is there. So that's why we have to do whole circle bearing minus 180 degrees is equal to 232 degrees 30 minutes minus 180 degrees. So that is equal to southwest. Why you are saying it is in the south, in between west. So 52 degrees 30 minutes west is the answer. So these are the conversion of whole circle bearings. Now let us see the second example. Now convert the following whole circle bearing into a reduced bearing. So up to now we have done only the conversion of whole circle bearings. Now we are moving into the whole circle bearing to reduced bearing. So the first one, 42 degrees 15 minutes, 223 degrees 15 minutes, 322 degrees 30 minutes, 142 degrees 30 minutes. So let us see. The first one is 42 degrees 15 minutes in the first quadrant. So that we have to draw the direction A, B. Okay, and it is in between north and east. So it is in first quadrant as it is. So the condition is whole circle bearing is equal to quadrantal bearing. So we have to write quadrantal bearing is equal to north 42 degrees 15 minutes east. So the next one, 223 degrees 15 minutes. So these are the examples and problems which will be coming in the competitive examinations also. So now it is 223 degrees 15 minutes. It is in the third quadrant, A, B points. So here quadrantal bearing is equal to whole circle bearing minus 180 degrees, that is 223 degrees 15 minutes minus 180 degrees is equal to quadrantal bearing south 43 degrees 15 minutes west. So this is the direction where we will show southwest. And the next is 322 degrees 30 minutes is in the fourth quadrant. So it is in between north and west. It is fourth quadrant. So quadrantal bearing is equal to 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing. The answer you will get north 37 degrees 30 minutes west. And the next one, 142 degrees 30 minutes, it is in the second quadrant, that is A and B. So here you can see 142 degrees 30 minutes is in second quadrant, as quadrantal bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus whole circle bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus 142 degrees 30 minutes. It is quadrantal bearing south east, in between 37 degrees 30 minutes east. So in this way we have to calculate the whole circle bearing to reducible bearing problems. And now see the third example. Convert the following whole circle bearing into a reduced bearing. First one is 287 degrees, 107 degrees 45 minutes, 12 degrees 45 minutes, 193 degrees 15 minutes. So the first one, it is in the quadrant, that is in the fourth quadrant. 287 degrees 0 minutes in the fourth quadrant. So for fourth quadrant the condition is 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing. So then we will get the answer, quadrantal bearing is equal to north west, that is n 73 degrees west. And next, the another example, 107 degrees 45 minutes, it is in second quadrant. So as per the principle, quadrantal bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus 4 circle beam. So these everything we have to remember. For first quadrant what it is, for second quadrant it is. Okay, the formula should be in our mind. Then only we can do the calculations. Then quadrantal bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus 107 degrees 45 minutes is, that is south 72 degrees 15 minutes east. This is the value of quadrantal bearing. So next one is 12 degrees 45 minutes. So this will be the A and B. So here it is in the first quadrant, that is in between north east. So now we will write as it is, quadrantal bearing is equal to north 12 degrees 45 minutes east. And the next one is 193 degrees 15 minutes. So it is a point A and B. So it is in third quadrant. So as per the third quadrant, quadrantal bearing is equal to whole circle bearing minus 180 degrees. So then we will get the answer is south west 13 degrees 15 minutes west. So next, another fourth example. Convert the following whole circle bearings into reduced bearings. 50 degrees, 230 degrees, 145 degrees 30 minutes and 325 degrees 30 minutes. So let us see the 50 degrees angle. It is in first quadrant. So the quadrantal bearing is equal to north east 50 degrees. And the next one is 230 degrees. It is in the third quadrant. So quadrantal bearing is equal to 4 circle bearing minus 180 degrees. So then we will get quadrantal bearing is south 50 degrees west. This is the 50 degrees angle. And the next one is 145 degrees 30 minutes. It is in the second quadrant. So 180 degrees minus 4 circle bearing, that is south 34 degrees 30 minutes east. And the next one is 325 degrees 30 minutes. It is in the fourth quadrant, A and B and north west. So here it is in fourth quadrant. You can see here 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing, that is north 34 degrees 30 minutes west. So this we will get quadrantal bearing. Now let us see here fifth example. Convert the following whole circle bearing into a reduced bearing. So now 289 degrees 27 minutes, 109 degrees 27 minutes, 219 degrees 54 minutes, 39 degrees 45 minutes. So now the first one is in the fourth quadrant, that is 289 degrees 27 minutes. So it is in between north and west. So quadrantal bearing is equal to 360 degrees minus 289 degrees 27 minutes. We will get north 70 degrees 33 minutes west. Next one is 109 degrees 27 minutes. It is in between northeast. No, sorry, it is not in the northeast. It is in between southeast, second quadrant. So quadrantal bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus whole circle bearing. That is, we will get south 70 degrees 33 minutes east. So these all examples are very important for the examinations. And the next one, it is 219 degrees 54 minutes. So this one, it is in third quadrant. So quadrantal bearing is equal to 4 circle bearing minus 180 degrees. Then we will get south 39 degrees 54 minutes west. So it is in the direction of south and west. So let us see the another example. 39 degrees 45 minutes. It is in first quadrant. So the next quadrantal bearing is equal to north 39 degrees 45 minutes east, because 4 circle bearing is equal to quadrantal bearing. So whenever the first quadrant comes, the value will be same, only the direction will be added. Now see the conversion between whole circle bearing to quadrantal bearing. 87 degrees 53 minutes, 267 degrees 53 minutes, 78 degrees 16 minutes, 258 degrees 16 minutes. So now it is in the first quadrant, 87 degrees 53 minutes. It is in the first quadrant, north east. So we have to write this is the answer. The next one, 267 degrees 53 minutes. That is in the third quadrant, south west. So it is 267 degrees 53 minutes third quadrant, where quadrantal bearing is equal to 4 circle bearing minus 180 degrees. So then we will get south 87 degrees 53 minutes west. Next one is 78 degrees 16 minutes. It is the first quadrant. So whole circle bearing is equal to quadrantal bearing, that is north 78 degrees 16 minutes east. Now let us see the 258 degrees 16 minutes. So this is in the third quadrant. So what is the formula now? Quadrantal bearing is equal to whole circle bearing minus 180 degrees. How much the value we will get? South west 78 degrees 16 minutes west. So next again convert the whole circle bearing to quadrantal bearing system. So here now another process is changed. It is whole circle bearing of AB is equal to 45 degrees 30 minutes. Whole circle bearing of BC is equal to 125 degrees 45 minutes. Whole circle bearing of CD is equal to 322 degrees 15 minutes. And whole circle bearing of DE is equal to 320 degrees 30 minutes. So now let us see here, 45 degrees 30 minutes, it is in the first quadrant. So line AB is in first quadrant. This is the line AB is in first quadrant. So in first quadrant the value of whole circle bearing is equal to quadrantal bearing. So as it is, here quadrantal bearing values are always with respect to north and south. So that's why we will write 45 degrees 30 minutes north 45 degrees 30 minutes east. So that is quadrantal bearing of AB is equal to north 45 degrees 30 minutes east. So let us see here, whole circle bearing of BC is equal to 125 degrees 45 minutes. So it is in the second quadrant. So here this is a line BC where the direction will be seen. So line BC is in second quadrant, so that's why we will say southeast. So wherever it is there, 180 degrees minus whole circle bearing, that is quadrantal bearing. So we will get 55 degrees 15 minutes. So whole circle bearing of 125 degrees 45 minutes is equal to quadrantal bearing south 54 degrees 15 minutes east. And the next one is whole circle bearing of CD is equal to 322 degrees 15 minutes. So this is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So north, south, east, west. Now it is in the which quadrant? Third quadrant. So if the line is in third quadrant, then we have to go for circle bearing minus 180 degrees, then we will get 45 degrees 15 minutes. So it is required direction south and west, 41 degrees 15 minutes west. Now the next is whole circle bearing of DE is equal to 320 degrees 30 minutes. So it is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So here we can see north and east and south and west directions. So line DE is in fourth quadrant, whereas whole circle bearing is the value 320 degrees 30 minutes. So quadrantal bearing is equal to 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing. We will get the answer 39 degrees 30 minutes. Then we will say quadrantal bearing is equal to northwest, because in between there the direction it is there. So north 39 degrees 30 minutes west. Next, eighth one, convert the following whole circle bearing to quadrantal bearing. 45 degrees 30 minutes, 122 degrees 30 minutes, 225 degrees 00 minutes, 305 degrees 30 minutes. So it is in the first quadrant. We will write north 45 degrees 30 minutes east, and 120 degrees 30 minutes we will write in the 180 degrees minus 122 degrees 30 minutes is equal to south east, 77 degrees 30 minutes east. Next one is 225 degrees. It is in third quadrant. Therefore whole circle bearing minus 180 degrees, it is called south west, and the answer will be south 45 degrees west. Whole circle bearing of 305 degrees 30 minutes, that is first quadrant and fourth quadrant. So it is in the between the direction north and west. So 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing is equal to northwest. So we will write 360 degrees minus 305 degrees 30 minutes is equal to north 55 degrees 30 minutes west. The ninth example, 46 degrees 10 minutes, 226 degrees 10 minutes, 190 degrees 20 minutes and 298 degrees 40 minutes. So it is the first quadrant. So we will write directly north 46 degrees 10 minutes east. Okay, so this is the answer, right? And next 226 degrees 10 minutes. So it is in which quadrant? Third quadrant. So for if the third quadrant it is there, what you will do? 226 degrees 10 minutes, whether you will do minus 180 degrees or plus 180 degrees, we have to do minus 180 degrees, minus 180 degrees. Then we will get the value 46 degrees 10 minutes. It is in between south west. And the next one is 180 degrees 20 minutes. So for this what we will do? We will do minus whole circle bearing 180 degrees minus 180 degrees 20 minutes. We will get south 60 degrees 40 minutes east. Next one, fourth quadrant, 298 degrees 40 minutes. So with this we have to do directly 360 degrees minus 298 degrees 40 minutes is equal to how much you will get? 61 degrees 20 minutes west, that is in the north and west. So these are the examples, more we can see in upcoming also. So here more examples are there. So for this again it is in the second quadrant. So we will do south 10 degrees 30 minutes east by minusing 180 degrees. And 351 degrees is there, we have to do minus from 360 degrees. And 280 degrees 20 minutes is there, we have to do minus from 360 degrees. We have to observe the quadrants here. And 99 degrees 20 minutes is there, we have to do 180 degrees. So next one, 11th example, 44 degrees 30 minutes, 124 degrees 30 minutes, 181 degrees 0 minutes, 288 degrees 30 minutes. So here 44 degrees 30 minutes is called northeast. And 114 degrees 30 minutes is in the second quadrant, we will do minus of 180 degrees. We will get 55 degrees 30 minutes southeast. 181 degrees 0 minutes is minus from 180 degrees, then we will get south 1 degree 0 minutes. So 289 degrees 30 minutes we have to do from 360 degrees, we will get north 70 degrees 30 minutes west. So finally today we have learned regarding the conversion of whole circle bearings to reduced bearings. Let us see now the numerical examples on quadrantal bearing. Objectives: on completion of this topic you would be able to learn conversion of quadrantal bearing into whole circle bearing. In the previous videos we have seen whole circle to quadrantal bearing conversion. Now we are going to see quadrantal bearing to whole circle bearing. So quadrantal bearing into whole circle bearing. So that is in the previous we have seen what is quadrantal bearing. So these are the formulas for that. So now let us see the first one. Convert the following quadrantal bearing into whole circle bearing. So now the directions were given: north 45 degrees 30 minutes west, north 60 degrees 40 minutes west, north 3 degrees 20 minutes west, south 56 degrees 0 minutes east. So directly they given the direction north west 45 degrees 30 minutes. It is in the fourth quadrant. So now it is the quadrantal bearing. We have to change it to the whole circle bearing. So quadrantal bearing is 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing. So we have to do 360 degrees minus 45 degrees 30 minutes. We will get north 314 degrees 30 minutes west. We will get the value 314 degrees 30 minutes west. So this is the value we will get. This is the quadrantal bearing. In the previous we have find out the whole circle bearings. Now we are find out in the quadrantal bearings. So now it is 60 degrees 40 minutes. It is in fourth quadrant. Same as it is 360 degrees minus 60 minutes 40 minutes. We will get north 299 degrees 20 minutes west. Next is 3 degrees 20 minutes. It is in the fourth quadrant. So we have to do 360 degrees minus whole circle bearing. Then we will get 356 degrees 40 minutes west. Now 56 degrees 0 minutes. It is in second quadrant, the line AB. So whole circle bearing minus is equal to 180 degrees minus quadrantal bearing. That is 180 minus 56 degrees 0 minutes. We will get south east 124 degrees 0 minutes east. The next, convert the following quadrantal bearing into whole circle bearing. South 26 degrees 14 minutes east, north 78 degrees 18 minutes west, north 69 degrees 9 minutes east, so south 32 degrees 15 minutes west. So the first one you can see it is in the second quadrant, which is in the direction of south east. So by seeing this direction we can draw the diagram and we can calculate it. So the line is in second quadrant. Whole circle bearing is equal to 180 degrees minus quadrantal bearing. So then it is the answer south 153 degrees 46 minutes east. The next one is 78 degrees 18 minutes. So it is given in the direction of northwest. So it is whole circle bearing is equal to 360 degrees minus quadrantal bearing. Then we will get north 281 degrees 42 minutes west. So as per the reading, we will think that it will be in the first quadrant, but here the quadrantal bearings which are given, it is solved from whole circle bearings. The directions which were given, so we have to take it into the actual direction. So that is the concept of these conversions of whole circle bearings to quadrantal bearings to whole circle bearings. The next one is 69 degrees 9 minutes. So it is in first quadrant. We can write whole circle bearing is equal to quadrantal bearing, that is north east 69 degrees 9 minutes east. And the next one 32 degrees 15 minutes, it is in the direction of south west. So third quadrant we have to do plus whole circle bearing is equal to quadrantal plus 180 degrees. Now it is less than 180 degrees. So if you add this one, we will get south 212 degrees 15 minutes west. So as per the condition in quadrantal bearing, we have to do plus, but in the whole circle bearing, we have done minus. So opposite will be each other. The third example, convert the following into quadrantal bearing into whole circle bearing. South 46 degrees 24 minutes west, south 22 degrees 18 minutes east, north 82 degrees 9 minutes west, and north 32 degrees 22 minutes east. So let us see the first one. 46 degrees 24 minutes, it is in the third quadrant, AB, southwest direction. So it will be the positive 180 degrees. So then we will get the answer south 226 degrees 24 minutes west. Then the next one 22 degrees 18 minutes, it is in second quadrant. So we have to do as per whole circle bearing 180 degrees minus quadrantal bearing. So then we have to do 22 degrees 18 minutes. We will get south 157 degrees 42 minutes east. Next one is 82 degrees 9 minutes. It is in the north west fourth quadrant A and B. So 360 degrees minus quadrantal bearing, that is 82 degrees 9 minutes is equal to north 277 degrees 51 minutes west. Next one is 32 degrees 22 minutes, that is in the first quadrant. So we will write directly north 32 degrees 22 minutes east. Fourth one, convert the following quadrantal bearing into whole circle bearing. So these are all examples generally used in the calculations for the examination purposes. So it will be practicing for you for calculation of these bearings. South 37 degrees 30 minutes east, south 43 degrees 15 minutes west, north 73 degrees 0 minutes west, and north 12 degrees 45 minutes east. The first one is 37 degrees 30 minutes. It is in the second quadrant, south east. So what will be the answer here? It is in the second quadrant because we will do the minus 180 degrees minus quadrantal bearing. Then we will get south 142 degrees 30 minutes east. The next one is 43 degrees 15 minutes. So this is the AB direction, southwest. It is in third quadrant. Whole circle bearing is equal to quadrantal bearing plus 180 degrees. So that is south 223 degrees 15 minutes west. We will be doing the addition of 180 degrees. Then the fourth quadrant 73 degrees 0 minutes. We will see the AB line north and west. So in the fourth quadrant, if it is there, how much we will get? 360 degrees minus 73 degrees 0 minutes. We will get north 287 degrees 0 minutes west. So remember, these all directions are useful for the calculations. So moreover, these all the calculations are there. Next one, 12 degrees 45 minutes. It is in the first quadrant. The line AB. So we will write north 12 degrees 45 minutes east. So we can see the more examples like this we can for calculations. So these all will be useful in the examinations. Okay. So this is regarding the conversion of whole circle bearings into reducer bearings and quadrantal bearing to whole circle bearings. Okay. So we have to remember only thing: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Okay. So as per this principle, we have to follow the formulas. I hope everyone have understood. So these problems are very important. So in this class we have learned the conversion of quadrantal bearing into whole circle bearings. So the following table is useful. Write conversion from one system to other system. Okay. So between 0 to 19 degrees, quadrant is northeast. RB is equal to WCB. Between 90 degrees to 180 degrees, SC, RB is equal to 180 degrees minus WCB. Between 180 degrees to 127 270 degrees southeast, RB is equal to WCB minus 180 degrees. Between 270 degrees to 360 degrees northeast, RB is equal to 360 degrees minus whole CB. So this is the fundamental rule of compass surveying. Okay. So thank you. Have a nice day.